Hi, this is Matthew Court with Pittsburgh Xwing. We're heading to the semifinals of the third season of our league. Here for commentary we have...
Ryan Fleming.
Jeff Brown.
William Ames. Ed Ratsamaskis.
Colin Miller.
AJ Smith.
Okay, so Ryan and Jeff, what did we bring for options here?
Jeff, I'll let you go first.
So I brought Dash and Jan. I flew Dash Jan all season long. Had some good...
The only person not counterplay.
Had some good success, and I didn't feel like I could fly anything else as well as I had been flying Dash Jan, so I brought them. The only downfall to that is Ryan knew exactly what I was going to bring. I did bring basically a counter to Ryan's 3 K-Wings list, because he had already beaten Dash Jan with the 3 K-Wings. So I brought Red Ace, Jake, and a green squadron A-Wing, thinking that if he did try to fly the K-Wings, if he did bring the K-Wings, I might have picked that.
And I see that you're running the heavy laser for the death laser dash. I mean, you normally run Mangler.
Oh, wait. Yeah, forget that. That says Mangler. I'll have to fix it.
Okay.
Yeah, he is Mangler dash, not heavy laser cannon dash.
Okay. So never mind.
Yeah, I Jeff, I knew you were going to fly this. I mean, I knew you'd bring some another list, but there was no way that you weren't going to fly Dash Jan, because you had a very good track record with it over the course of the season. I went back and forth on a couple different options. I brought my Katarn and 2 Ys. That was more bait, because I figured you thought I would fly the Katarn and the 2 Ys. Not that it really mattered. I figured that the right answer to your list was Brobots. VI Brobots in particular, just so I could outmaneuver Dash. So that's what I brought.
So this is Matt. I had an interesting time leading up to this game, because you were both asking me what the other was going to bring. So I was trying to give sound advice without giving any kind of clues. It was really rough. One thing I do want to note is that the map looks really wide in this. We filmed this with a GoPro, so that's where the distortion, after we stretched it out, it's making it look a little bit wide. But we are playing on a regulation square map.
Should have just told them they were both bringing 4 Rebel operatives with blaster turret.
I tried to tell them they were just running Hawks with the Ewok pilots. But...
Yeah, it's interesting to do it. If you actually look at the IG on the bottom, it actually looks longer than usual. Stretched out IG.
The limo.
Yeah, so I mean, I know going into this, Jeff, I know that your list here is basically predicated. There's Matt. Is predicated on Jan, right? I mean, from my perspective, Mangler Dash without Jan buffing him to 4 attack isn't anywhere near as scary as 4 dice Mangler Dash with Jan buffing him, because with Autothrusters and an evade token, I can sweat a Mangler shot. There's no gunner, there's no nothing. But 4 dice, that crit will hurt, because I can't avoid it usually. So my strategy was kill Jan, and kill Jan, and then deal with Dash later. I don't know, what was your strategy here?
I mean, protect Jan. I knew that you would be going after Jan. Really, I was just trying to get shots and not get shot. And I mean, I guess that's always the strategy, but I was terrified of you just being able to shoot either Dash or Jan with both HLCs in the same turn. So I tried my best to kind of keep my space, and so that I could, if I had to get shot by one of them, it was only one of them, and not both.
Well, and you won the initiative roll-off, so you chose to move Jan second, which was really clutch for you, because you knew where the robots would be, and you knew when to use boost, I didn't know, so I didn't know when to use boost, so that was big for you.
And that is one nice thing. You actually do have engine on Jan, so it's That's not something a lot of people do often, but you've used it really well all season to have a Hawk with boost.
Yeah, and he's got Chewbacca on Jan too, so Jan is like
tanky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's interesting asteroid placement. I think it favors Ryan. I was kind of surprised that you didn't spread them out more because I mean, Dash can take advantage of that, and the robots can't.
I found that the pyramids with the pyramid scheme like that works really well for robots for some reason.
Well, so the downside of him getting initiative was that I got to place the first big rock. So he only got to place one big rock in the middle of the board. I placed two. Yeah. I placed the first big rock close to my side and the debris close to my side. So, it kind of took some of Jan's advantages away. Now, you boosting there with Jan or Dash was interesting because now I get to bump you, which frankly is what I wanted.
Yeah, so I definitely kind of, I wavered on what I was going to do there. But I guess what I was thinking is that I didn't really want to get shot. But I guess, but then what I wasn't thinking of was Jan getting shot in the back. But I didn't think that you would have a shot. So it was partially I don't want to take early damage on Dash, but also trying to keeping you back away from Jan. So not being able to get...
You're running from one end to the other.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But... So the guy on the top there, I seriously considered boosting him, but the last thing I wanted to do was over-pursue Jan.
Right.
Because she can go much slower than I can.
You overshoot and she bumps you.
Yeah, and she turns into the rocks, and then I miss my chance. I'd rather just slowly approach.
Now, Jeff, I have a quick question for you. What are your thoughts... I guess where your reasoning on...
So wait, I hit Jan for one shield there. Just the one.
Yeah, plinked.
Yeah, which is like, come on.
So what's your reasoning, Jeff, for taking the rocks instead of the debris? Is that just to make sure that the robots can't get shots if they happen to land on them?
Right, yeah, I don't... I take rocks over debris. Well, so I take two big rocks and then one debris field. The one debris field just to give Dash options to land on, and then the big rocks because they're a lot worse. And the reason that I bunched them up instead of spreading them out further was that I found that if I can just get Dash into some really thick stuff and then just keep kind of looping him around, that causes a lot more problems than having something more spread out.
So I want to point out something here. Your Predator on Jan is vicious because at range 3, you did 2 damage to me with your TLTs.
Yeah, and with
my heavy laser, I did 1 damage to you, and I was like, oh god, what's happening?
Yeah, so I got really pretty lucky there.
Well, it was lucky. It just, that Dash hits with the TLT. She does. She just hits.
Yeah, and Predator with the TLT, I think actually
backed by Moldy Crow's focuses. Yeah,
yeah, it's a pretty lethal combination. A lot of people ask me why do I put the Mangler on Dash instead of the HLC, and for one I eliminate the donut hole, but the other one is Predator on Dash or Predator on Jan makes her a much more offensive threat than not, because without that she's really just a support ship, but with Predator on her she becomes
she does some work.
Yeah, she does a lot more damage.
So the one thing I will say I was very happy about with the last turn. Now, Jan did more damage to my IG than I expected, but Dash didn't get shot.
Yeah,
which was huge for me. Right, every time Dash doesn't shoot, that 4 attack gun, it's big.
Yeah, and it's a problem for me. And I really what I think an error that I made was thinking that you would shoot at Dash, so really I shouldn't have tried that bump for that last round.
You should have stayed put.
Yeah, I just should have stayed put. But because I was thinking, I don't want to take early hits on Dash. But
so this is what I talk about when I talk about over pursuing Jan. So here comes Jan.
We get us that engine upgrade.
Yep. She's going to boost right out of my arm.
Engine upgrade's so good.
There she goes.
Hello, Jan. Bye
Which
Jan.
I think puts you safely out of the other guy's arc, too.
Yeah, which is definitely...
Yep, no shot. Jan doesn't have a shot because she's donut hole on IG, so only Dash has a shot. You shoot at that guy, which makes sense. So here comes your super laser.
Super death kid.
Yeah, I hate it.
Says the guy using 2 heavy laser cannons.
Oh, I don't know. Let me tell you something. I hate robots. I think they're obnoxious. I hate them. But they were
Tell
just
us how you feel.
I hate them. But they were just the right thing to bring to this match.
So you get the I get 4 hits, which I almost always do with focus target lock with that dash build.
Yes.
But then you get the 3 evades and spend the evade token.
I think I took 1 shield there.
That's the obnoxiousness of
Autothrusters. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, but it's the Autothrusters that makes him so obnoxious. Without Autothrusters, they'd be manageable. But the Autothrusters is like.
So Dash does 1 damage versus Jan's 2 in this in this round.
Yes, that's exactly right. Jan has done more damage than Dash.
But at this point, I think that I'm okay because Jan has only taken 1 shield. I've taken 3 shields off of C, and Dash is full health. So
yeah, I'm terrified. I'm honest, at this point, I'm terrified because I'm like, I can't. He's doing way too much damage to me, and I'm not doing any damage to him.
But it looks like you now have them separated out of range 3.
Well,
Dash and Jan.
Jan hasn't gone yet.
Yes,
Jan still hasn't gone.
But
she's gonna have to do a 1 bank, but then she can still boost and get close to range 3.
It's still that last turn, like when you turned her out.
Dash still has some maneuvering to do.
Yeah,
maybe,
sure.
Maybe.
Well, but that's only the thing further away from Jan.
Well, you could barrel
No,
back.
Yeah. But you're still moving down then.
Yeah, I actually, it took me a long time I remember trying to figure out what I was going to do there because I didn't think it made sense for me to kind of barrel roll, because if I would have barrel rolled kind of towards myself, I would have potentially been on the asteroids, and he's just taking C kind of away.
I decided he needs to go lick his wounds.
Yeah.
I don't need to get manglered by Dash here. Like, that's what I'm worried about. I'm like, I don't need that. Like, just get away, get the guy with the shields back in the fray, and you know, let Dash shoot the shielded guy with 4 dice. When he's got 3 dice, okay. Like, I'm hoping if I can kill Jan with this guy, then Mangler Dash isn't anywhere near scary, because I can usually evade 3 dice out of arc.
Mangler, I thought he's heavy laser.
He's not. He's
No,
Mangler.
that's the mistake.
Okay.
There's not a Mangler.
That'll be confusing for a while.
Okay.
I'll after audio, I'll fix the video.
So I was hoping that I was going to be able to boost out of range, but I didn't get it.
You didn't quite get there, but that's all right, because I only got 3 hits, and you get what, an evade, 2 evades, 1 evade.
I think
You got to shuffle your deck.
Yeah.
First damage. It might be 2, but again, you still Chewbacca. So
Yeah, I know I got 1 evade, so I'm pretty sure
You take
I take 2 hull.
All right, so you're down at 2 hull.
But really, it's 2 hull, 2 shields because of Chewie.
Or yeah, essentially.
Yeah, he still has 2 more hull plus Chewie. That's actually a hull and a shield, because Chewie's as good as a shield.
And you get a shield back with Chewie, don't you?
Yeah, you discard a card and get a shield back.
Yeah.
So it's actually like 2 shields.
Yeah.
So I spent the focus there, trying to put in 3 hits.
You did hit me, because I took damage.
So it ended up being worth it, but
Yeah.
with her being so, she's taking
This is the
that
second
damage.
TLT shot, which you hit me again. Again, Jan hits every time with the TLTs on these guys.
Yeah.
And then here comes Dash's super shot.
Well, it's not that super, is it?
Well, it's still 4 dice, because he's going to have the Jan buff.
Yeah,
Does he have
I don't think he
that?
does.
Yeah, he has the Jan.
Does he really?
Yeah, he does.
I haven't seen Jan take a stress though.
There
Oh
it
wow! Wow, yeah.
Oh, wow.
is.
All right.
Jeff Jeff does an impeccable job keeping Dash and Jan at range 3 of each other.
I'm
Really
noticing
good flying, yeah.
Actually, I noticed that during our league game.
Yeah, I mean,
that's no small feat, but Hawktail's not the best.
I hoped a few times that they weren't being ranged, but I knew better.
I guess there's something to say for taking those tried and true lists. Someone might counter if you could just fly it that well.
Yeah, and that was kind of my
I don't think Dash hit me though.
No, and
which was huge.
Yeah, he took a couple shots that he missed, which never happens.
Well, through the rocket range, it's 4v4.
Autothrusters.
Yeah, Autothrusters is nonsense. It's like, okay. And I still got Glitterstim on both of my robots. I haven't used it yet. I don't know what I'm waiting for, but I guess I'm waiting to. I need that super defensive turn where I don't want to get shot at by anything. I want to like really tank damage.
When you absolutely must survive.
So far, it's worked for you anyway. I mean,
well, I haven't needed him yet. I mean, seriously, Jan has hit me every single time.
Yeah.
Every single time she shot at me, she's hit me.
But you didn't take the big hits from.
I haven't taken any big hits from Dash.
From Dash, so.
So here, I'm really hoping that you're gonna kind of turn in far enough
with this guy on top.
Yeah, with the guy on top that I can get my Dash shot. Because I had to think of like whether I was gonna try to pursue. But then I was just trying to keep in mind keeping him close enough to Dash.
Yeah, if you pursue the guy, you won't get Dash's. You won't get Jan's buff.
Yeah, and at this point, I know she's not going to last too many more turns, so I have to use her ability to get through those robot defense while I still can.
So
I'm guessing Glitterstim now.
You might be onto something. I mean, that's why I evaded. Right?
Yeah.
I evaded with the thought that, like, okay, I'll have a focused target lock shot on Jan if I use my Glitterstim.
So I'm taking a long time deciding on whether to focus or boost here because I'm thinking I'm not 100% sure whether I'm in range of Dash to get him his ability, but I also don't know if Dash has a shot. I decided to just focus.
He probably doesn't have a shot. The only one he would even come close to have a shot is the guy at the bottom. So I do. I pop Glitterstim.
It's hard to tell the warp screen.
Yeah, especially because...
Sorry,
guys.
He doesn't have a shot, I'm telling you. So I roll focus blank, and I get... With the Glitterstim target lock, I only get 3 hits, which is upsetting. And you roll 2 evades with a focus and take 1 damage.
And that...
Which...
Taking that 1 damage with the gunner...
ability, you've done a good job. Like all my shots, I haven't hit you hard yet. Like I have 1 damage, 2 damage, 1 damage. Like trickle in the damage, and I haven't used gunner yet. I haven't used So here you're shooting at me with the Glitterstim and an evade token and Autothrusters. Like at this time, I don't think you're going to hit me, and you don't. You're in range of Dash, but Dash is not in range of anybody.
Yeah, which
is rough for you.
Yeah,
you've only had 2 good. You've had 2 heavy laser shots with 2 buffed shots with Dash this whole game.
Yeah.
No, they both missed.
No, he did 1 damage with each one. Or he did 1 damage, and I think he missed the second one.
Yeah.
He's only Dash up to this point has only done 1 damage.
It's 1 to 5 or 1 to 4 rather.
Yeah, and Jan has done 3.
No, Jan's done 4. She's done at least 4.
Yeah.
Because you've done 5 damage to me. If he's Jan's done 4.
Yeah. Jan's a beast.
Which, if you'd have told me at the beginning of the game, Jan will have done 4 times more damage than Dash at this point, I'd have laughed at you.
Especially because you wanted Jan dead by this point.
Yeah, I needed Jan dead by this point. I'm worried.
Jan's not even here. I don't know what you're talking about. This is not the Jan you're looking for.
So... You make another. You bring Dash in again, to get a shot on this IG, and I know I'm gonna eat it this time. There's no way I can get away from it this time. But my IG on the bottom is in a bit of a pickle here because I've stressed myself with Glitterstim. So the question is, do I just make a hard turn anyway and turn in between the rocks to go after Jan? Or do I just kind of go bank to the right and go around the rocks lazily? I thought about it for a while. But I knew that really I wasn't going to get a shot on Jan either way. Because if I do a hard turn... Okay, so I banked the other way. Because if I did a hard turn, like a one hard into the rocks, Jan isn't... She's not going to come around fast enough for me to get a shot. And then on the following turn, I got to move so much farther than Jan, I'm going to over pursue her. And then Dash to shoot at me too. So you're even saying that you expected me to do the same thing there.
Yeah.
So I figured if I went around the rock this way, I can turn and then I'm not over pursuing Jan. I can beat it because I want to be at range 3 of her if I can. Because there's no reason to be any closer because then I'll bump into her, zip past her, or bad things.
Or bad thing.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised that.
So I Glitterstim this guy because I know I'm taking damage and I need to. I'm terrified of it. I don't have a target lock on Jan or Dash, and I roll like 2 hits with the Glitterstim. I should have just not focused, but I got greedy, stupidly. And you roll 1 evade or a focus, which you spend because you have 2. There's no reason not to. And I do 1 damage. Again. Just the 1.
Plink. Plink.
But I'm worried because this is the guy with one shield. And Mangler Dash is coming at me. So this is Jan on the other guy with TLT. You do some weird things here, Jeff. You have an opportunity to spend the focus and get 3 hits. But you Predator. Why do you do this?
Because I really don't.
Why do you do this?
Why for you do this?
I really don't want to spend that focus token because Jan is down to
You're trying to bank it
to 3. Yeah, I'm just trying to build my Moldy Crow stash because I hadn't.
You spend it on the next shot.
Yeah, I
don't think you're going to ever be able to charge that battery up enough appreciably.
Yeah, probably not at this point, but I guess
this is I'm worried about this shot here. It's 4 dice coming at me. 4 versus 3 with the Mangler.
And no Autothrusters.
No, it's range 3.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
It is?
It is. So he target locks.
and I believe
He gets 4 hits with the focus. So it's 3 hits and a crit. And I roll blank, focus, evade, Autothruster the blank, Glitterstim the focus, and spend my evade. And I shockingly am able to avoid no
You
damage.
just flip them off as you fly away.
Well, they're robots. The robots are obnoxious. Robot, they're so stupid. I hate them. And here I am flying them, but I hate them. So at this point, I know that Dash is going to do like a 1 bank or a 1 straight. And I'm hoping to bump into him, to be completely honest with you. Because I don't want to get shot by him again. Because I don't have Glitterstim, I'm like, it's not going to work. And I need to be able to try to kill Jan if I can.
There it is.
And I really thought that Jan would be safe on this round, especially because this guy's, he's going to be turned around for a little bit more. So I thought I can fly Jan into the other
sanctuary in the middle of the rocks.
Yeah, I can kind of fly her towards towards C and hopefully be able to put in some serious damage on C with Jan and Dash here.
So you let me bump him. What did you think that IG was going to do there? Did you want me to bump? Or were you trying to,
Yeah, I guess, I didn't... Both bumps, both times that Dash has, bumped them, I think... And when I first thought of it, I was like, oh, well, he can't shoot at me, so that's a good play.
You can't shoot at me either.
Yeah, but I couldn't shoot at you, and that was, in retrospect, that was a far bigger deal. That was than... Because Dash just went way too many rounds. And even up until this point, without shooting. And the list kind of relies on Dash being able to just put in huge amounts of damage.
Yeah. So here, I bump him.
I'm really hoping here that that boost either put me out of range or put me behind the rock.
Unfortunately, it put you in range of that guy.
Right.
And I got a target lock.
Yeah, because you kept that target lock
4
like
hits.
the whole...
Yeah, well, that's because I didn't care about dash or Jan or dash. So I hit you enough, I think, to kill you at this point.
Yeah,
but you used Chewbacca, so there's your discard, and then the next is absorbed by the shield, so you're still at 1 hull. So that basically took out Chewbacca. Now this is a tough judgment.
Yeah, so I was really hoping that boost kind of took me out of there, but in reality, it put me in range of both. Which I mean, which is honestly like I think it's just unlucky.
Matt comes in to judge it.
I think it's unlucky because I think it would be really hard to kind of judge and be able to see that would have put me in range of both.
Yeah. There's the heavy laser.
Mega laser.
There's the heavy laser.
First order laser.
Hey guys.
Star killer
And
laser.
So that's going to be 4 hits, I think.
Yeah, and that's gonna do
kill
it
Jan.
for
Guys, the
Jan.
last 2 giant lasers
And what I really
fine.
I didn't account for.
Fine, they got blown up.
So there, Jan takes copious amounts of damage.
Yeah,
But gets
And
a simultaneous fire.
right. So I mean, she's able to get off another shot. I don't think that she does any more damage, but I did not account for being shot by both of them at the same time, kind of from opposite ends of the board. I didn't think that was going to be possible.
Yeah, I was surprised that I didn't expect the guy on the top of the board to get a shot.
This sounds kind of weird, but I just realized that this game's at Phantom.
Yes.
And the tables are wider. And I have a harder time judging things like that. Like what
Because
just
of the-
happened.
because of the
the
pink.
width of the table. Because I can't see. I'm not as close.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm gonna play my league games against Ed at Phantom.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jan is now officially dead, and it's a pretty healthy dash versus 2, half health, just over half health IGs.
Yeah,
down
and
another
I mean,
Glitterstim.
at this point, I'm pretty scared because I just have the Mangler 3 dice, which in most cases, unless I can get them an arc, is going to be useless against the Brobots.
Well, and all game, your effectiveness with that has not been. You haven't been getting much through.
Well,
Well,
he's
yeah.
He didn't get to keep shooting at the same guy.
Yeah.
I mean, Dash got 2 or 3 buffed shots all game
Yeah,
before Jan died.
up until this point,
2, yeah.
2 buff shots, which I should have seen earlier that I wanted I almost saw bumping with Dash as a good thing because Dash wouldn't get shot, but then that ended up just shooting myself in the foot because he needed
your gun.
he needed the shots, and you weren't going to shoot at him anyways.
No, I was going to shoot at Jan until Jan was dead. No, if I couldn't have shot at Jan, I'd have shot at Dash. But target up, like you saw, when I shot, I didn't switch a target lock because I wanted it on Jan because I needed her off the board. So nonsense Autothrusters with the aggressors. You don't hit.
Yeah, so all of a sudden, all of his shields are gone. He has 4 hull left.
Yeah, that was a bad turn for you.
The Ryan 2-step.
Oh, me doing my dance over there. Yeah. Well,
I love that it's you kick your heel, like you knock your heels together, and you do this little kick out.
Yeah.
It occupies my brain while I'm thinking. What are you going to say?
Yeah,
So-
it's just so hard once you get down to this point where you have a turret with only 3 dice as opposed to 4 against the Autothrusters with 3 green dice and
Yeah.
sometimes 4.
And an evade.
Well, it's
Yeah.
not-
And evade.
Through rocks.
Yeah.
It's never through rocks.
Especially because he's got shields left, so the Mangler.
I don't have many shields left, but the problem is I am never not going to evade as my action.
Yeah.
And I can boost and evade because I still have C on the board.
Yeah.
So I'm always going to have an evade token with these guys at this point, unless I sloop or K-turn or whatever. And like I'm probably always going to have Autothrusters because he's always stressing himself with his push to limit, which means he's never going to K-turn. So it's like, okay, like I almost have 2 free evades every turn. The only thing that's going to hurt me is if I roll like focus.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
Strange thing.
I barrel rolled to the outside mainly to get away, but that was pretty foolish because I'm just not gonna get out of. I'm not gonna get away from both of them. So I really should have boosted
away down.
Yeah, or really boosted anything instead of barrel rolling.
So my target lock shot gets me 2 hits, and you evade one of them. So 1 damage again.
Yeah, you don't gunner this entire game.
No, I don't get to use gunner once,
which means you always
get
always
1
hit,
damage.
but
it's not hard. I'd almost rather
But it was plenty.
At one point I remember one point you're like, I want 2 evades. That was that shot. You were, I want 2. I'm like, no, you don't want 2. You want 1. Like 2 is bad.
Yeah.
Because I had never gunnered. You just forgot that I had that. Yeah, I mean, I'm perma-locked on you.
Yeah, it doesn't. It would take an absolute miracle at this point to really do anything.
Even if
which is amazing because it happened.
No. Well, the thing is, like, even if it was 1 IG at this point, even if it was a 3 hull IG versus dash, and the other one was dead, I still put my money on the IGs.
Yeah, just because
because the heavy laser and they move after and they've got an evade like.
On the thruster.
Yeah, the VI makes a huge difference because they have moving after dash is what it's all about. Yeah. Because if I was moving after you, I mean, it would be I would actually have a chance.
Oh yeah, you'd avoid arcs like crazy. And that's specifically why I put VI on them. I thought about doing crack shot. I was like, no. VI against dash is a must. It's a must, right? This isn't a tournament list. This is a list to face 1 person. So VI was just like, there was no, wasn't an option. I know you're debating here what to do with your second action.
Yeah, Jeff, and since you play like pretty much this list all the time, have you ever tried the Jan Ors with actually heavy laser cannon dash? Because it seems like rolling 5 dice would be super scary.
Yeah, it is.
You did that in our league game.
Did I? No, I flew.
Yeah.
I flew Chewy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I flew Chewy dash against you.
How'd you find the heavy laser version compares to the Mangler?
It's really nice, except for
you have to give up things on Jan.
You have to give up Predator on Jan, and then you have to also. Like, you always have to keep in mind your donut hole. So, not only are you...
Hey, look, 2 hits.
Not only are you trying to...
1 evade. He takes 1. Always takes 1.
Not only are you trying to keep Jan close, but you're also trying to keep people out of your donut hole.
Yeah.
That's game.
That is game, yeah.
And that's tough to do against certain ships.
Well, and we have a fairly high agility, boosty, barrel rolling meta here.
Yeah.
So you get donut roll pretty easily.
I just really got tired of being donut holed.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I think there's a lot of Soontiers and like all the A-wings we've seen.
Yeah,
right. So and it really deters people from. I mean, they're not going to boost into him because it's not any better.
No, it's not worth it. Well, it's better than looking at range 1 shot.
Yeah, they get a good shot, but they're still. I mean, they're going to get walloped by him either way. So I found that the 5 dice is really nice, especially against swarms, because you can you'll take out a tie every single round.
Yes, you do.
The old ties, not the first order.
So
ties.
Jeff, I think this game went rough for you early when you made some great maneuvers with Jan to stay out of the arcs, but you weren't able to use dash to capitalize on that.
Well, yeah.
I think if dash had been in the fray there with Jan while she was avoiding the arcs and I was going after her, and you'd have really been hammering my IGs, I think it could have gone differently. But I think you're too defensive with dash.
Yeah, I mean, my 2 bumps, I mean, you could have even brought it down to that. Like, instead of...
Yeah, because that's 2 more shots with that. 2 more buff shots that you didn't get.
Especially if you had been able to strip shields and get a
one crit
in with that Mangler, like... who knows?
My thought was if I can get down to 1 aggressor versus even a full health dash, I think I have a really good shot. But I got fortunate and had 2 aggressors versus dash, and But I think that the game went south on you when you just didn't get enough buff shots with dash.
Yeah, I think that even if it is a crack shot IG-88.
You could have just avoided.
And if I would have killed one of them, I think that Dash can still win that game if he can move after him even after Jan dies. But I mean the right call is always to go after Jan first.
Yep.
And I just didn't get the shots from Dash that I needed to.
And I think that's the hardest part about running that list is that you've got a soft target that people are always going to go after, and there's just no way around that strategy. So,
yeah.
All right. So that's wrapping that game up. Ryan is moving on to the finals. Thanks, guys.
See you later.
You get soon tiered.
Bye.